Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you are in. This is Big Girl Diary. Okay. Oh, there is so much going on across the pond. Oh, yes. It seems like Prince Harry went back and had a secret meeting with his dad, and oh my goodness, as in actual form, Prince William threw a tantrum. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get into it. Now, we all know about them, the Sussexes leaving England or the UK about 5 years ago, and there was so much going on. Now, people want to say that the royals are very good people. Now, in public, yes, they are. Behind the scenes, look. Have you read Shakespeare? This is about them. This is about them right there. If you go and read Shakespeare, the literature back at that time, these people are the same people. They haven't changed one bit. But except we're in 2025 and they don't off with the heads or put people up in the towers and all. They don't do stuff like that anymore. Now they have Parliament to do it for them. All right. Anyway, this is basically what happened. Harry came home, and I'm not going to go too deep into it, but Harry came home, and he brought Duchess Meghan, or shall I say Meghan Markle at the time, a self-made woman. She made her own money, she made her own millions, and may not have been compared to the royal family, but for her, she's doing quite well. Any and everyone else who became a royal that married into the family did not have, except I think maybe Prince Philip may have had that kind of money, if not more, because he comes from royalty. But in the British monarchs, the people that married in did not have the money like that. So she comes in different. But a lot of things happened, egos flared up. Duchess Meghan being able to deal with that level of manipulation, that level of jealousy, it's on a mega level that we would never understand. And that right there is okay because they can keep that mess over there with them, okay? However, he marries her, he gets a life, they leave. Now, there has been back and forth to where Prince Harry was like, look, Dad, I love you. Prince William, you're my brother. I love you. You make it damn hard. We all have a sibling like that. No matter how hard we try, they make it difficult because they are just stuck within themselves being a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week jerk. They don't take breaks, holidays, birthdays, none of those things. But that's how it is. Now, Prince Charles, I think on some level, reached out to his son. He reached out and said, look, come on over. Let's have some tea. I'll scratch out an hour for you. Okay, I'll scratch that out. And he came over in secret. Now here, this is the interesting part. Here, it says Prince William, Prince Harry, and Prince... Wait a minute. Okay. Now, of course, reality tea. Okay. All right, Prince William, Prince Harry, and King Charles are once again in the spotlight after Prince of Wales have left stunned after a recent incident concerning the three of them, the royal successors, was kept in the dark about his father's quiet arrangement for a private meeting with Prince Harry. According to the source, he felt blindsided as the king never consulted him before meeting his younger brother. Now that right there, you gotta stop and say, wait a minute, wait. Dad, You didn't consult me about meeting my brother, my younger brother. You didn't tell me. We didn't make those arrangements. I could have made the arrangements and I would have told you, no, I don't want him back and I don't like his wife. You know, she speaks with that American accent and it makes my ears hurt. I don't know. I'm just saying that. But that right there was quite interesting. So he really got into his feelings, King Charles, Dad, you never consulted me. You're supposed to consult me about everything because I'm going to be the heir. I'm going to be running this boat, okay? But then, this is quite interesting. Rob Shutter, the Shutter Scoop, discovered in a conversation with a source close with Prince William, that he only found out about King Charles's private meeting with Prince Harry at the very last minute. This was just before the king was headed out to Clarence House. Quite interesting. So I think it's quite interesting how King Charles has to make these private meetings before anyone knows about it so that he could say what he needs to say. So I'm sitting here thinking, what is Prince William doing? Is he messing around with his food? Is he putting a little extra fiber in his, extra fiber in his diet? Or what is going on for Prince or for King Charles to make these types of arrangements without anyone knowing? Is everyone in the business? But it makes me think of some other things. I mean, I'm just thinking of world events and how does King Charles fit into what's going on over there in Eastern Europe and his cousins over there in Russian waters and ukulele country. Yes, they are related, okay? But I just found all that quite interesting, very interesting. But the source further shared he had no idea Harry was on the schedule and certainly wasn't asked for his input. The move, according to Shutter's Inside, was well planned and intentional. If William had been consulted, he would have tried to block it. That's why he did it. Now, if you stop and think, look what Prince William is doing to his own wife. I mean, he's making her wear blonde hair. I mean, not making her look good. I mean, my last video, I said, hey, come on over here to the U.S., go to Atlanta, go to Houston, Philly, D.C., Baltimore, all your former colonies, and they could hook her up. I don't know who did that too. That's kind of some kind of humiliation thing, but that's just simply my 2 cents. But back to it. Prince William does not want his younger brother back in the fold under any circumstances. That would put a bad light on him. But when he becomes king, I could only imagine what horrible things he's going to do to his brother. I could only imagine. So it's good that Prince Harry is over here to where his brother's reach will not be over here, because we're not going to allow that stuff like that. That's why we had the war, to keep that from happening. So he's safer over here. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if he says, hey, I'm going to give you money before I pass to keep him from doing anything. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know. I have no idea, but it does make sense. So he didn't want Prince William blocking it, as his wife blocked things. His wife blocked a lot of things and still talking to her ex-husband. But that is a mess all in itself. All right, this is a completely different video. Now, the fact that Queen Elizabeth and her wishes were not maintained, upkept, followed through. And some of you in the comments in my other videos said that's not true. Fine. You don't know, and I don't know. We weren't there for the reading of the will. We weren't there when she was filling out the will. We only know what these sources tell us. Just so that you understand that. However, back to the meeting. And this is interesting. The new development has given birth to fresh tensions between the two royal brothers. The feeling of the familiar bonds and love of a father might have inspired the king to take the first step towards making amends. However, the sources confirm that Prince of Wales did not share the sentiment. Of course, Prince William is not going to share the sentiment because he's not the center of attention and he's not getting the attention, and he is simply going to have a fit. Well, you thought you got rid of your brother. You can never come in between the love of a father and his children. Now, I hope Prince William actually understands that concept, and I hope he actually puts that to use. I hope he does. But there's something else I want to point out. Now, Prince Harry and King Charles, they met after, I thought it was a year. It was 19 months of not speaking. So yesterday, in the most British way possible, over a quick cup of tea, and apparently there was one major rule, and that was Prince Harry could not say anything about what they spoke about. So that had to be some serious tea. Something really had to be major for him to say, look, son, keep your mouth shut. I'm going to talk. And when we talk, you keep this to yourself. Let me do what I need to do. Whatever papers I need to sign, whatever it is. And yes, I'm putting that out there. I'm not quite sure. But if it's top secret like that, there normally means that there's some papers that's going to be signed and stuff is going to be transferred over here and transferred over there. I want to make sure that you get something, because when I die, you know your brother is not going to give you anything. And I'm sorry about the Frogmore Manor or cottage, whatever it is. The 4 bedrooms, I'm sorry about that. I should have listened to my mother, but I was too drunk with power. I don't know. That's just what I was thinking. And as for Prince William, he appeared to have had no interest in reuniting with his younger brother, but was well aware of Harry's meeting with King Charles. Prince William Prince William would have known that this was going to happen. It was not clear how happy he was about it. He's not happy at all. He isn't. And the fact that he's not there being able to put boots to him, you know, he's always going to have these issues. And this is something, I don't know what I did to I don't know. I'd had to get that straightened out. But whatever that meeting entailed, it was major. So at some point we're going to find out. Don't hold me to that when, but I know we are going to find out. But just the matter of when we're going to find out, don't know. But what are your thoughts? What was that meeting about? Do you think that King Charles was setting aside some assets besides apologizing to his son, making amends? I could only think Princess Diana's looking down and say, you know, Charles, you finally did something right. Do right by our children. But what are your thoughts?